Namaste, good morning. Namaste, Gopal Bhaiya. Namaste, all the co-explorers, to the 44th day of this 13th batch of morning session. Gopal Bhaiya, over to you.
Namaste, Bhaiya. So, namaste, everyone. Welcome all. It's morning session where we are practicing exercise 1. So, let me briefly sum up these steps. So, in step 1, we are practicing self observation with self awareness. So, in step 1, we are trying to see ourselves without evaluating, without interrupting. We are trying to see ourselves as it is, whatever is going on. So, purpose is to see ourselves as a pure observer. So I can see my feelings, I can see my thoughts. It means I am other than feeling and thought. So I am not feeling, I am not thought, I am not expectation. I have ability to see feeling, thought, sanskar. So actually what I am, we are trying to see with the help of this step 1. So step 1 is helping us to be in state of pure observer, where I can see myself, where I can see the activities of the self. So activity of desire, thought, expectation, understanding, contemplation, all these activities I can observe. So I can observe this I is a pure observer. Or we can say this I is the subtlest activity in the self. So objective is to reach or to be in that activity. So we are trying to reach to the state of pure observer. So in step 2, we are trying to evaluate our feeling. So in step 1, we are observing ourselves and we are trying to see feeling as it is. Because whatever is going on in our imagination is manifestation of our feeling. So in step 2, we are evaluating our feeling. In step 1, we are trying to see feeling as it is, whether it is a feeling of relationship or a position. We are seeing it as it is without disturbing it. So we are evaluating this feeling in step 2. So we are evaluating the feeling. Is the feeling naturally acceptable to me? Is it natural to me? Is it in accordance with human nature or not? So we are seeing it as it is and just evaluating it. And when we are seeing it or when we are evaluating it, is it according to natural acceptance or not? We are not trying to continue it. We are not trying to run away from it. So if it is naturally acceptable, so we are not trying to continue it. If it is not naturally acceptable, we are not trying to run away from it. We are just evaluating it. Step 3 is an extension of step 2, where we are seeing impact of the feeling on my state of being. So in step 2, if we are able to see, we are able to evaluate the feeling, that feeling is not naturally acceptable to me. Then in step 3, we are seeing its impact, whether I am comfortable or uncomfortable, happy or unhappy, whether there is a harmony or contradiction. So this is what we are seeing in step 3, observing the impact of the feeling. So if the feeling that I have at this moment is not naturally acceptable to me, then in step 3 we are just observing its impact. Am I comfortable or uncomfortable? For example, feeling of relationship. So whenever there is a feeling of relationship, we are observing its impact, whether I am comfortable or uncomfortable. If there is a feeling of opposition, we are observing its impact, whether I am comfortable or uncomfortable. So we are observing only the impact. And next in step 4, now we are seeing if I am unhappy, then who has taken this decision? Who decides the feeling? If I am happy, who decides this feeling? So who is taking decision? This question is very important because I want to be happy all the time. But during this observation process, if I find unhappiness in me, so it question becomes important that who is deciding to be unhappy? I am deciding to be unhappy or other is deciding for me? And other decisions really matter for my happiness or unhappiness? This we are trying to see in step 4. So for example, other is shouting. This is one part. I am feeling uncomfortable. So this uncomfortability in me is because of others shouting, or this uncomfortability depends on my decision. So I have decided that's why I am unhappy, or the other is shouting, that's why I am unhappy. So in step 4, we are able to see that my happiness and happiness is pure my decision, or it is, or I am bound with the circumstances, with the behavior of other persons. That we are trying to see in step 4. So if I am bound with outside circumstances, others' behavior, so I can be happy, I can be unhappy accidentally. So if circumstances are conducive, I will be happy. If circumstances are not conducive, I will not be happy. If others' behavior is nice, I will be happy. If other behavior is not nice, I will not be happy. So we are checking this in step 4. So in step 4, we are seeing it with awareness. Am I bound to be happy and happy with outside environment, or it is my choice, it is my decision to be happy and happy irrespective of the outside environment? So in that sense, step 4 is very important. So in step 4, we are trying to see, is there hard connection of the self with the outside environment, or self has independent choice to be happy and happy irrespective of what is going on outside. So in that sense, this step 4 is very important. In that sense, step 4 is very important. So if I am able to see that I am happy and happy because of my decision. Then two things will happen. Number one, because I am aware that we are aware that we are taking decision, so we become willing to take responsibility, to make effort for our development, for the development of ourselves, for the transformation of the self. Because once I am able to see that it is purely my decision, I am not hard bound with outside environment. Hard bound means, for example, fan. If I switch on, fan will start. If I switch off, fan will stop. It is hard bound. So fan has no choice and no independent decision in fan whether it will start or stop. It is hard bound with cable to the switch. But in step 4 we are seeing, is it the case with me also? Outside environment is not good, I will be unhappy. Outside environment is good, I will be happy. Is there a hard bound relation? So in that sense, step 4 is very important. So two things will happen if I am able to see there is no hard bound connection. I am taking decision for myself. So one is I will be taking responsibility for my development. Another is I can get over complaining against others. So once I see that it is purely my decision, then why should I blame others for my unhappiness? But if I am not able to see it, and if I assume that my unhappiness because of others, then I will not do anything for myself. We will make program for others. So we will make program for wife, for children, for HOD, director, but we will not get time to make program for ourselves. So if I am not able to see that my happiness and happiness is my decision, then I will feel need to change my family members, to society, to HOD, director. We will feel need to change everyone. But if we are able to see that my happiness and happiness is because of my decision, then we will feel need to change ourselves, to work for the transformation in the self. So in that sense, step 4 is important. So don't convince yourself that only you are responsible for happiness and happiness. Investigate it, evaluate it. So we can practice it in various situations. For example, you are standing at the door, knocking the door, but no one is responding. Or door is opened by someone after 5 minutes. Now during this 5 minutes, do I have choice to be happy? So during this 5 minutes, whatever feelings, thoughts have arisen in me, it is because of the other person is not opening the gate, or it is because of I have taken decision to have feeling of opposition, to have thoughts of opposition. So that we need to check. So in little situations, nice, in small situations, we can check this step 4. Suppose you have asked your child go and study, and he has not gone. He is giving excuses. Now we can check our state. What is our state of being? Comfortable or uncomfortable? And then we can also see if I am uncomfortable, it is because of my child is not studying or because I have taken decision to have feeling of opposition for the child. We can practice step 4 many times in a day. So step 4 is very important. But we are doing step 4 along with step 1, 2 and 3. Yeah. So jump directly into step 4 is not recommended. So starting from step 1, 2, 3 and 4. So in this step 4 we will be able to see, am I free to have feelings that I want, or am I bound with outside circumstances? So in that sense, step 4 is important. Suppose you are sitting at your home and constructions works is going on outside. Now you are feeling disturbed. So it is because of the construction work we are feeling disturbed, or it is because of my decision I have taken to oppose the outside circumstances. So that we need to explore. Right? You have given some work to your colleague, but he could not do it timely. Now HOD is asking you why it has not been completed. Now you are in a position because of that colleague. So it is because of that colleague, or it is because of my decision that I have taken to oppose that colleague. So many times in a day, we can be aware of step 4 along with step 1, 2, 3. So we need to be aware all the time. And step 4 is important because from step 4, we will be able to see the need to work on ourselves. So let's take another small example. You are going to sleep and a mosquito is roaming around you, sitting on your body. And you are disturbed because it is coming again and again. So you are disturbed because of mosquito, or you are disturbed because of the feeling you have for the mosquito. And this feeling has emerged because of your decision or because of that mosquito. So many times in a day, we can see step 4. So we have enough circumstances to observe ourselves through step 1, 2, 3, 4. We have enough opportunity to see this step 4 along with 1, 2, 3. So this is what we discussed so far, step 1 to 4. So let's take few reflection on the assignment. So we have Isha Sharma ji with us. Namaste.
Namaste, Bhaiya.
Ji.
Bhaiya, I have understood something and I want you to clarify me over this. I agree that we are deciding that at that particular moment which feeling I need to carry. But I am having all kinds of feelings in within me. And as my friend has not behaved nicely with me, that's why I chose that feeling to carry at that particular moment. like feeling of opposition. So is it or something else?
जी दीदी जी दीदी so he has behaved abruptly and you have a feeling of opposition.
Yes.
So it is because of his behavior or because of I have taken decision. So I had two choices. I may have a feeling of relationship for him at that moment also, or I may have feeling of opposition also. So we have both choice every moment. But we have taken choice to have feeling of opposition. So is it because of our decision or is it because of I am bound with the behavior of other? My happiness and happiness is bound with the behavior of other, or my happiness or happiness is bound with my decision. That we need to explore.
So do we have all kinds of feelings within us?
Yes, you have all kind of feeling, but which feeling I will have at this moment? Do I have this choice or not? So
Like
feeling of
feelings are not
opposition is
driven by
there.
others.
Ji?
Feelings are not driven by others.
So it is driven by your decision.
Okay, okay. Understood.
So we need to investigate it. Keep it open. Don't accept it,
Hmm.
but verify it when other is misbehaving.
Hmm.
So we have only one option to oppose, or we have other options also. na, to
Yes.
show compassion, to show kindness, to compliment that person. So we have these choices at that moment, or we have only one choice to oppose other. Choices
Yes.
are to be explored. For example, your mother is behavior is not good. So you always oppose her, or sometimes you start with feeling of relationship. What has happened? Why you are you so disturbed? So there are mixed feeling for mother, or there is always feeling of opposition for mother.
No. Maximum time feeling of relationship is there.
So if we are able to see relationship, then we will have a feeling of relationship,
Yes, sir.
and then we will choose feeling of relationship. We have option. We can take feeling of position also, relationship also.
Hmm.
But it is my choice. So it is my choice, my decision that we need to explore.
Hmm. Understood.
Right,
Because
Didi?
ultimately we need to be in the comfortable situation.
So that is your choice. If you want to be uncomfortable, you can be in a state of uncomfortability.
Yes.
है ना? So that's why that is what we are exploring. We have choice. We are not bound.
Hmm.
है ना? So for example, you are going, a cat comes and cross your way.
Hmm.
You can be uncomfortable with this
Yeah.
situation, and you can be comfortable also. Both choice you have.
Yes. Yes.
है ना?
Hmm.
A kid comes, take your mobile and throw on the floor. Now both choice you have. you can handle this situation with comfortability or with a
Hmm.
position.
Yes, sir.
So if we are able to see the choice, then we will be able to see that this choice is because of my decision.
Mm-hmm.
So at the level of self, we are free. We can choose a position, we can choose relation. Right, Didi?
Understood. Yeah. Thank you.
जी जी जी. So we have Gimbali भैया with us. नमस्ते भैया.
Namaste, Bhaiya. Am I audible,
जी
Bhaiya?
जी जी जी.
Namaste to all. Bhaiya, this fourth step is concerned whether I am taking decision or action influence. It sometimes in very painful situations. That means by losing very close people and the feelings, painful feelings. So many occasions I am able to understood that decision is my own decision I could be able to take. But this type of situations, even though I am, first of all, I am unable to forget. Sometimes, if I forget also, sometimes it's coming automatically in my mind. And the little bit painful feelings also. But it may not stand long time, but it is always be there. So that is happening in the
So sometimes it is painful. It means in some situation, I am not able to work out the choices.
So actually, the
In some
situation
situation,
happened. I have lost my my parent. So just so
where your voice is
uh,
breaking.
now, where
Okay, okay.
I have lost my mother. Of course, it was that. But sometime if I engage in some work and then I could be able to forget. If I am becoming very much free from all the activity, then suddenly my thoughts are running, feelings of painful. I have this coming like. So what sort of understanding I need to have so that, of course, I'm thinking that happening past is happened, but we cannot do anything and all those. But the days I spent and some reflections are coming in my mind.
Ji. So what kind of understanding is required? Understanding is required that in any situation, it is my decision to be in a state of harmony or disharmony, or am I bound with outside? That understanding is required. That clarity is required. And in some situations, we are not able to see this choice. It means my whole focus is shifted to the feeling of opposition. So I am so much focused on the feeling of opposition that I am not able to see other choices. So it means, in other words, I have landed into my imagination, and where I have landed on the feeling of opposition. And because there is a feeling of opposition, now I am flowing with this. So that's why I am not able to see other choices. What kind of understanding is required? Where I will land. So it is my choice. I can land into my imagination, and or I can see feeling of opposition without getting affected from it. See what happens, and let's understand step by step with just with an example. For example, you are sitting in a room, and one person comes. He does something, and it is not, and you are not aware of yourself. Something, some feeling has emerged in you, but you are not aware. Now this feeling does something again. This person does something again. Now the feeling that emerged few seconds ago, its intensity increases with the behavior of that person, but we are not aware of it. And when its intensity is increased to that level that now I am not able to see more nonsense, then we suddenly trapped into this feeling that is that has emerged gradually. So when it was emerging, that moment I was not aware. The moment the feeling was emerged first time, when its intensity was very low, I was not aware. If that moment I was aware, then I could see myself whether this feeling is naturally acceptable to me or not. Am I comfortable or uncomfortable? This feeling is because of my decision or others' behavior. So at that moment, we could execute these steps. Now its feelings intensity is very high because its intensity of this feeling is very high. Now it is difficult for me to check all these steps. Even we are not aware that we have all these choices. So what we need to do, we need to be aware all the time whenever there is a feeling that emerges. We need to check with all these steps. If we are not doing this, then anytime high intensity feeling, and then it becomes difficult with high intensity feeling. So there is a feeling of opposition, its intensity is very high. Now it will be difficult to check all these steps because you are with that feeling. Now is it difficult to see ourselves other than the feeling? I will assume myself that I am this feeling. So once you are a position, your state is in a position, then it will be difficult to detach from the circumstances, to detach yourself from the feeling. So that's why this awareness is required. So with this awareness, whenever there is a feeling that is emerged, though its intensity is low, I will handle it. But once its intensity is high, then it becomes difficult to handle it because we become part of this, right? We are. So that's why what we are encouraging, be aware all the time. But generally, we practice this awareness when we are in trouble. Generally, we practice all these steps when we have a feeling of opposition. That is there is a saying by Kabir Das. There is a doha of Kabir Das. है ना, दुख में सुमिरन सब करें. Do you understand हिंदी भैया?
Yes, yes, भैया दुख में सुख सब करे, सुख में कोई ना करे, अगर सुख में करे तो दुख काहे के
Yes.
काहे.
The meaning of that doha is when we are in trouble, then we try all these steps. Why I am happy, who is taking decision. If we are doing these steps all the time, then this trouble will not come. तो अगर हम सुख में भी ये practice कर रहे हैं, then this unhappiness will not come because we will be aware. But generally we practice all these things when we are in trouble. When we are happy, comfortable, we forget about these steps.
But
So
myself
Kabir
always
Das ji is
be,
saying,
yeah,
ji,
awareness mode, whatever situations, sukha, dukkha. But that's why, that is the reason I am able to come out after a few seconds of 1 or 2 minutes like that. Otherwise,
जी
it would be going inside of the imagination.
जी. So after 10 seconds, 20 seconds, why we are able to come? Because intensity of feeling will go down. It will not be
Yes.
constant.
Yes, yes.
So once it has gone down, then you can evaluate because its intensity is low. And either we evaluate it when it has emerged, or we can evaluate when its intensity has gone down. But we fail when it is with its highest intensity. So with awareness, this situation will not come, but somehow it has come. So take pause, let it go down. When its intensity will low, then evaluate it. So that's why after a few seconds, we are able to come out of this. We can evaluate it. जी भैया जी ओके भैया नमस्ते भैया. So let's take 5-minute observation. Then we will start step 5. जी. So again, sit comfortably. Don't stress your body. Lose your eyes. Withdrawal from your senses. Withdraw yourself from your senses. Let the body leave. Let the eyes leave. Let the brain leave. Just leave the brain, eyes. Don't hold your body. Let the body loose. Don't interact with the body. And sit peacefully and see, observe as it is. Okay. Namaste. Let's come back. So let me add one more step in this step 4. Then I will come back to sharing if time permits. So in step 4, we are trying to see the feeling in the self, and we are investigating who is taking decision, who is responsible for the decision, for the feeling that we have at this moment. So if I am comfortable, then it is because of my decision, or it is because of some outside situation. So for example, temperatures is increasing day by day, hot weather outside, and we put on AC. And with this AC, if we feel comfortable inside, this inside comfortability is because of my decision or because of AC. So we need to check our state of being every moment. Who is responsible for this? Who is taking decision? It is because of my decision. My state of being is the result of my decision, or it is result of outside circumstances, that we need to check it every moment. Now in step 5, we are trying to find out the basis on which we decide our feeling, thought, whatever we have in the imagination. At what basis we are deciding it? So in step 4, we are trying to see who is taking decision, who is deciding. Now in step 5, we are trying to explore the basis of decision. So if I am uncomfortable and it is happening because of my decision, so why I have taken decision? such decision, because I want to be happy all the time. Then why I have chosen feeling of opposition? Why I have taken decision to have feeling of opposition? So this question becomes important. I want to be happy all the time and I am uncomfortable at this moment. So why I have taken this decision to be uncomfortable? Though I want comfortability, happiness, harmony all the time, then why it is happening that I have taken decision that is making me uncomfortable? So that we are exploring in step 5. So in step 5 we are seeing what is the basis on which we decide our feeling. So it may be, my decision may be based on right understanding, or my decision may be based on assumption. So there may be deep down assumptions and I am not aware of these assumptions. In unawareness, I take these decisions. So sometimes my decision may be based on some assumption, but we are not aware of this assumption. So either assumptions would be in the base or right understanding would be base. If there is not right understanding, then some assumptions are working. And if our assumptions are right, our decision will be right. If our assumptions are not right, right means not aligned with the realities. So if our decisions of understanding, our assumption are not aligned with the reality, then my decision could go wrong. So that we will explore. There are many assumptions deep down in our consciousness which are working, but we are not aware of it. So anytime my basis of decision becomes any assumption, and due to that assumption that is not aligned with the reality, my feeling is not aligned with the natural acceptance, and we come into opposition, right? So that we will investigate, verify in this step 5. So let's understand the background, the need for step 5. The need for step 5 is very simple. In step 4, we have seen that my happiness is my decision. If it is my decision, then why we are taking such kind of decision that makes me unhappy? So we are searching for this answer of why. Why I have taken decision to have feeling of opposition? Because we want continuity of happiness, but why we are choosing feeling of opposition for ourselves? So in step 5 we are seeing it, that it means there are some assumptions and I am not aware of it. Unconsciously these assumptions are working. So if my decisions are based on right understanding, I will decide correct feeling, natural feeling at that moment. The moment when I am not aware of myself and some assumptions are working and that assumptions are not aligned with the reality, so I may select feeling of opposition without awareness. I may take those decisions and that comes in the form of feeling of opposition without my awareness. So in step 5 we are trying to see what is the basis of my decision. It is assumption or the right understanding, right? For example, just one example, then we will close it. For example, there is an assumption that money can buy anything. Now with this assumption, we take many decisions. We want to make other happy with the help of physical facilities. And when they are not happy, we become uncomfortable. So such kind of assumptions are working in us. So you keep exploring these assumptions. We will discuss tomorrow onwards in a deeper manner. So it's time for Hindi session. You keep continue this exploration. So namaste everyone. नमस्ते सभी को.